Hello, I'm Jaslyn Hall. I'm a radio broadcaster and a world music producer here in Sydney, Australia. I'm delighted to introduce this presentation, TAMALALOU, Journey to the Heart of Guinea. TAMALALOU is a Malinke word meaning someone who travels in search of knowledge, somebody who travels to gain experience, a fulfillment of one's destiny. The filmmaker is Mardi Kendall. Mardi tells me the moment she heard the sound of the kora, she knew she had to go and find its source.
Well, I'd heard this amazing instrument one night at a club, and it's called the kora. It's a 21-string traditional harp of West Africa. And it was the most beautiful thing I ever heard. I was just blown away by it. I felt like the top of my head blew off. And I wanted to go to the source of where people played this instrument. They were the second African independent nation, the first of the 12 French colonies that became independent in 1959. And they had a strong leader who decided to cut all ties with France, which actually wasn't a very good idea because they've never really recovered from it. But at the same time, they wanted to promote pride in their own cultures because Africa had been smushed down for so many centuries. And so the government sponsored and nurtured the arts and formed several traveling, what they call the ballets, the dance and music companies that immediately started to travel around the world to rave reviews everywhere they went. It wasn't very long after I was first there that I looked around me, and it's such a different culture than what we're used to. It's like being to the moon, going to the moon. It's so different. Every assumption, everything is different. And I looked around at this amazingly complex, rich, beautiful culture with all this arts so alive, and the elders with all this repository of knowledge that they say in Africa that when an elder dies, it's like a library's burned down, and it's really true. Not only do they respect the elders, but the elders have all the knowledge, and they always look to the elders for help and advice and peacemaking. And I was astounded at the kind of level of depth of these people.
My name is Mbadi Kuyate. I am an elder in the Mandingo tribe of West Africa, and I want to tell my story before I die. The story of my ancestors, the story of my children. There are ways to live that come only through an open heart, generosity, and faith in Allah. This is the story of my ancient culture in the country that is now called Guinea, a forgotten country.
Mbadi is very proud of his great-nephew Ba and of his sons Sekou and Kuru, and how they've taken this music to the world. Well, I think part of their success, which puts them apart from so many incredibly talented African musicians that come to Europe, is that they are family anyway, and they've been playing together since they were born, and they always joke they were born with a kora in their hands because their family has played, both sides of his family have played the kora since the 1200s. And Africans have a particular kind of way of thinking, is that everything they do is for their family, for their community, and for their country. If they have 5 peanuts, they'll have a half of one and share everything else around. I mean, they're by nature generous, the way they're brought up. Everyone shares everything with everybody else. And any success they have will go directly back to helping their family and their community and their country.
Vous êtes d'accord de lancer avec nous? Ok, applaudissez-moi.
No matter where in the world the music takes them, they always come home to their roots, to the heart of their music and to their families, and to give back to their country.
Benala mere wanjang sama ngegen